the front page and inside the newspaper. So, not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube, who we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the people, the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wall and we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program wey we call Colres, as we dey look at different story dem na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube, who we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the people, the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wall and we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning.
Good morning, and welcome to a program where we call Colres right on we are on YouTube and on Facebook, so we can discuss issue them with the front page of the newspaper and the Polnado for the morning. Upsay the line clear. Upsay the line really clear this morning. Alright, so if you just join me, don't forget for like and share the program. And you we not subscribe yet, please consider for subscribe. We'll go straight and begin look at the people that waiting and say inside the program this morning. And the first one we get at the Premier News, we say substance abuse. Basketballer calls for help to save career. World Bank teams evaluate energy project. And Slickard craving for development, solidarity, collaboration to boost agriculture. Seventh accused opens defense to charge of treason. And other story then for inside this edition of the Premier News. The next one, now the comment newspaper, we say a case of mistaken identity. Squeaky clean Ibrahim D. Anta, aka Hussein Anta, sets the record straight. 1 year as Financial Secretary, Matthew Dingy outlines progress. Not guilty, Sierra Leone Commercial Bank MD. And Conor Diamond claim the truth and nothing but the truth. The next one, the Standard Times newspaper, said disgraceful mayor and deputy chased out of office. Cyber stalking, Moyamba councillor in court. And the next one, now the city Ontario say NATCA implement mandatory NIN SIM leakage and pricing formula and additional storage. Bio commends PRA leadership, calls for further reforms, and ECOWAS urged to prioritize implementation of agreements for national unity. IMC chairman pays courtesy visit on Bo District Council chairman. Daybreak newspaper, we say as a poised to hold public hearing at regional level, Honorable Tawa Don Baranta, President Bill receives PRA annual report, and you as well get other story for inside edition of the Daybreak. The indigenous newspaper say LEONE compensates late Alpha Sisse's family with 60,000 leons, and Save the Children is corrupt, says Sam Walker. And the other story for inside this edition of the indigenous newspaper. The next one are the AYV news. We say for implementation of recommendation, Chief Minister hands over tripartite reports to state institution. And you as well get other story there for you. We say US Embassy announces new visa appointment platform. The next one, now the Awareness Times newspaper, we say for the 78th Executive Council meeting and 42nd General Assembly of WABA, ECOWAS bankers will be in Freetown from August 8th to 9th. And First Lady Fatima debunks fake news of 2028 presidential succession plan. The Heroes newspaper say President Bio urged PRA to continue reforms as revenue mobilization increases. And you as well get Attorney General encourage Selimba Association to work in harmony. Ibrahim D. Anta sets the record straight on mistaken identity. With government aims on economic growth, Parliament approves Arise IIP dry port agreement. The next one now the Vindicator newspaper, we say President Bio receives annual report from Petroleum Regulatory Agency, urge increase reforms for industry improvement. And you as well get US Embassy introduces new visa appointment system, and Biden in Oval Office address calls for unity and peace after Trump shooting. And you as well get WABA to host 78th Executive Council meeting and 42nd General Assembly in Freetown, August 2024. You as well get Honorable Abdul Kabo calls on ECOWAS to prioritize implementation of Sierra Leone's National Unity Agreement. The Provincial Times newspaper say in McKinney thousands Grace Bishop Biguzi funeral. And Lara Taylor Pierce damns tribunal report, slams Supreme Courts. And other story for inside this edition of the Provincial Times. The Open Space newspaper, President Bill, I am proud of PRA reforms. Ibrahim D. Anta breaks silence and clears his name from allegations. Meets the new secretary to the president. The Nature newspaper, CFCC deepens access to water facilities in Freetown with support from UN Peace Building Fund. And EU ambassador pays Costa call on Speaker Thomas, outlines development support for Sierra Leone. And the next one, now the New Age newspaper, we say for progressive reforms in petroleum sector, Bio commends Balwa. Pepel Port turns shipment up for illegal Chinese national, LRMG implicated. I have been denied the opportunity for Supreme Court to hear my case, Lara Taylor Pierce. And for SLRU, Sierra Leone Reporters Union President, Yeno Kabia is your best bet. The Glenhart newspaper say Cape Sierra Hotel completion in limbo. Incompetence of NACIT and Trudy Morgan exposed. Engaging Sierra Leoneans in London, VP Julia Jallo elaborates on development initiatives of government. And Chinese company turns Pepel Port major organized human trafficking hub. Women's Voices say as President Bio launches MTNDP 2024-2030, Ministry of Planning and Economic Development Minister says bright future awaits Moyamba. Yeno Kabia pledge bigger, better deals for reporters. Chief Minister urged citizens to embrace Feed Salon. Another story for inside this edition of the Women's Voice. We go to the next paper, one of the Town Cry newspaper. We say Sierra Leone to host Regional Banking Association General Assembly. We are set to celebrate service delivery at PFMU AFAM's team. And you as well get NACSA commissions, data enumerators, community monitors, and mappers. Jimmy B. Africell first ever late night show. And the next one, na the Congo Times newspaper, we say Kaina district cut off a test case for Samora Kamara, Richard Conte, and others. Suspended Auditor General breaks silence. Another story for inside this edition of the Congo Times newspaper. The next one at the Global Times, we say driver remanded for wounding. UK visit. VP Judicial assures Sierra Leoneans. And other story for inside the Global Times. The Unity newspaper say HEBO commends PRA for increase in revenue generation. No need for panic. MCC hierarchy meets with HEBO at State House. National Chairman and Secretary General give a befitting funeral to Abdul Fode. Chief Minister is helping to build bridge and not walls. NSA boss champions over 80 sport endeavors. All the people in this will get inside the program this morning. We'll take a short break and then we come back for can look at waiting the people I don't say and waiting we guess then get for say with regards to the issues there. We come back just now.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube.
Okay, welcome back. You still do watch Congress right on we are on YouTube and on Facebook. We don't get two people that we don't join me inside the program this morning for the week and talk about the different issues that we don't hear. First, we get I don't know that first come up because I be pay attention the watch with the live band. So I will just take them by age. I'll get Abdul Hassan Faki. Good morning and long time. Happy New Year.
Good morning and Sangor here.
All right. And we get Arthur Pratt, we save the between the program. Good morning, Arthur.
Good morning. Fambulemna, we are in the morning.
Okay. So we go straight inside the paper them. And I go start with this one where almost now the last one the way we review. Global Times newspaper say UK visit VP Judicial assures Sierra Leoneans. But what in our I want to take a different angle. This is not the first time in 6 years from 2018 where this man ever gets the opportunity for travel go na UK. Whereas in boss, don't travel, go here that hey, don't tire finish. Abdul Hassan Faki, what do you make up of this? Now the first time is this man they get opportunity for travel.
Well, me, I know for be devil's advocate, but perhaps the arrangement with the vice president get and the president, what the president fit and say, think and fit say he will travel. I believe that he will do.
So,
because the man is travel.
So if that be the case, what do you make now then get the chance for do that?
Well, they're not unable to understand now because, but I believe say perhaps it's necessary for let go.
But this is fear. So 6 years, you know, one day go under 6 years.
Well, it depends on the programs where they come. Where the president
program them, but you don't see how the party fly go London, Boku UK, all kind of program.
Wait, the president get the right
yes.
for the person deputize them for go into travels. Mm-hmm. Perhaps not even vice president. Even say minister can go.
Or the ambassador them because that make we get them.
Well, if they say that in the go, then to me I don't see any big deal about that. I don't know.
Okay. So that all you did quickly. After 6 years, now the first travel go UK on official visit. And inside one small conference room self then carry go. Who side the mic self not be the work for
Well, like everything Abdul say, Now then sorry for him. Now at least they're opening the door for him for able for begin waka waka. The fact of the matter is that I see it's a political thing because it's about projecting on leadership, projecting a particular kind of face, a particular face for the leadership of the government and all of that. And that is a funny thing about African leaders. For them, when they're in power, mostly it's about them, it's about them face. Then they see them as a competition for let the people and see the face of the vice president or the deputy and all of that. So if you look at the Sierra Leone constitution, the vice president's role, now one kind, I don't go call it completely useless, but now one kind of role will not actually get used. Because now past the president give you work, now the vice president get work for do. You see? So when you're in a system in which the presidents they gather everything to himself, it's very, very difficult. It be not the travel, but not a possible in 6 years, I think to say I can count with my finger almost time they don't travel. But even at now we the presidency the end, the presidency of Julius Malema the end, I think to say then they try for push and go before as most likely the successor for Julius Malema, that is the person who probably go win the SLPP flag bearership if he able to beat the other kangaroo that we did.
All right, well, we hope for still because NCSF a gladio na NCSF post time. They say from 2018 to now the first 10 is very much happy for good at play, and we wish her well anyway. So let me move. Let me move and go to another issue, quick one inside the program. And the one way I want to follow look at this one again look kind of tricky, but I think in my opinion the writer make a whole lot of sense in this. This now what he say, carrying a district court off a test case for Samuel Kamara, Richard Conte, and others. What do you think? Faki.
Yeah. They bring them Mateo where they connect Karine district and Kamakuye with Makeni. In fact, I do an article on that. I think I send them for you, sir.
Okay.
Under the column, the gossip column, the Busy Bee. I make a very interesting gossip column. I mean gossip about that. That in fact that bring the not to the work of Richard Conte or Samura Kamara. I believe in the work of the government. And the SLR already visited the Director General, when named Mr. Alfred Jalil Momodu. They did it last week, Saturday. They did it yesterday, Monday. They don't look at the bridge. In fact, they don't decide for not for patch step again. They reconstruct the whole bridge. So right now they don't get a diversion. You see, but you know, as I always tell you, we get this armchair journalism. Armchair journalism in this country. Yes, we think. Who don't think they're all right. Some of them they go on the ground. Now they try to not even say at that level they don't reach enough. In fact, they don't even cost them that the bridge will be reconstructed very shortly, and they don't get diversion now. So not to personal people them for do bridge. Personal people they do bridge. For me, for construct bridge. Now money. With all the respect, and obviously some American go gather money for go build bridge. You get family for take care of. Or your account for go get money for take care of bridge. We get family for take care of. Now they work with the government, and the government they in full control. The Director General, Mr. Alfred Momodu, SLRA, they don't already go on the ground. They don't estimate, they don't get the diversion. They move right now on the diversion. So the bridge is they're under control. So they don't blame politicians for that bridge and day.
I thought.
Yeah, so quickly, I think to say I go to the line with waiting me elder say. The reason why I go through that line because one of the things they affect in Sierra Leone are the fact that we tend for always one for politicized development, one for politicized issues and all of them kind of thing. And for me, I'm not think to say that's the work. I'm not think to say that's the help we in making progress. In the very first phase, it don't reach a particular point in time for let government able for take action for sack people that will not do their work. Road making, bridge maintenance, and all of them thing and people and for the that roads authority and Ministry of Works well and then for they do them work then they and for they check all of them bridges then they. But one of the things I would tell you, these are the talk because this is something I know. Let people and go check the records. I know they regionalize this thing, but we don't make more roads and bridges at the west and southeast than the north. Many places them don't be forsaken at the north. From the time where they do this boundary, where they demarcate all these boundaries and bring Karen up as a district, Karine and Falaba for don't receive massive development boost. You understand me? At least that first term of President Bio and the last term of Anes by Kroma for don't focus powerfully on Karine and Falaba. But they're not able to focus on them. Then on them two new districts, and because then two new districts, and then when you look at them, they get some of the worst roads them, some of the worst roads them, and then get them because development some of they go in the area then they and the bridges then they look at them bridges then they and not only them bridges then they roads authority and Ministry of Works then for be ashamed. I think to say the government for the take strong as transfer ensure say when bridges collapse, then do inquiries. When roads are destroyed, then do proper inquiries. And people them way lacking in their jobs, not able for go check them place and they when they're supposed to go check their infrastructure, then they for penalize them. People has to be penalized. If we not begin for penalize people as that country, then development's not going to happen.
And we get
this is not about Samoa Kamara Road.
We get a road maintenance fund where they get money every time. Where you buy fairly, they cut money from that. But waiting not the problem with Salon or the road maintenance funds and that of SLRA. Where until last minute where the bridge for them, now the tenant will be given on one side and go make something. As you will say, okay, down in an upline, look the one where be happen in Savage Street. They're not the ever, they see them, they ever watch bridge them for know the lifespan of farm for know what they happen. After you, they see what they happen now oversee. They road the team up fine one for we own standard now, good one down there. But you will see them can cut because it don't expire. Them lay them back and make them fine. What's not the problem with Salon?
Well, Sierra Leone gets an endemic problem of maladministration, corruption. We get an endemic problem of putting square pegs in round hole. We did employ people them. We know to the right people them. Make I tell you something. I was thinking of something these back days, yeah. And one of the things that made me kind of in mind are the fact that the different industries them in Sierra Leone are not organized. I was just thinking also how for grow Sierra Leone, waiting for develop Sierra Leone, different industries. For example, look into construction. We don't get any standard act with a guide construction of Sierra Leone. With a guide, you understand me?
Yeah.
We don't get an act. We don't get an act with a guide creativity. We include some of what they can film carpentry, this and that, all of them thing and the thing the way they do with construction, thing the way they do with engineering, whether it's civil engineering or mechanical engineering and all of them thing and we don't get planning on all of them thing and we lack all of them thing and the. So all that thing that also they frustrate me. That thing also they frustrate me with government because sometimes when we come into government, it's not about just making roads and building. You have for build one kind bridge where you have for left legacy or one kind building. It's about how do we organize our system? How do we ensure that all the different industries and the different fabrics of the society get the right laws, the right rules and regulations we go make them operate. You see, at the grumble say, government not agree for the government need for begin for take action on people that we call themselves professionals. But the thing is, where is the standard? Where is the standard where they guide them people there so as to how you go look at a building and say, okay, well, this building not do for condom. We get book hostel at that country day. We don't do for broke. Hostel we don't do for renovate. Where government don't even care about the hostel people and they live. Talk less about bridge. Most of them bridges they were in bridges they were in that country. Now colonial built bridges them. These are bridges that we don't take 100 years, some don't take 100+ years. And these people are not even going out. We were on the travel upline. We were on the go now remote places them inside with communities them up country. We know them bridges they will pass now them bridges they bra on a very serious note. Some bridges the way they drive there, you heart it then you mouth. But like I said, because we get a system where any government will come always in the focus plan for the laws that we're in the focus for make. Now laws them we get for do with mining. If you look at mining, if you look at children and gender, if you look at waiting, that side outside they eat big money. Now they no more they see say the focus. If you look at laws that will go guide big companies, investment companies, the agreements. Now they no more than they discuss in parliament. State parliament, from a parliament they begin inside a particular government in 5 years. Say that parliament they don't. Let them show me one law, one act when they pass, when they say this act will we pass, they deal with situations where they deal with where they affect the people them directly. These are things that affect people them directly. When you look at 1990, you find out percent at 0.001%. They don't pass any act. So which means the ministries they're not the way because acts not going to parliament if you not come out from if you not be initiated mostly from cabinet, from government. So the ministries they're not work. They're not gonna work for do. You don't understand me. Secondly, we parliamentarians them, we political parties them not even focus on having a private act, a private act where you go say the political party or a parliamentarian come up with this act for ensure say these areas get the kind of rules and regulations. Let me look at the flooding at Sierra Leone. Now, very good to you bring up, so God bless you. Now look at the flooding as na Freetown, all of them this there so. Now one reason there for flooding. Okay, two, sorry, this is a day for flooding. But the most important reason are the fact that the constructions of drainages in Sierra Leone, especially in Freetown, very, very poor. The amount of water when they come out of the hills of Freetown during the rainy season, the drainages that we get in Sierra Leone not able to capture that amount of water. And not only water they come out up the hills, lot of erosion they happen every year in Sierra Leone for the fact that there are so much building up the hills. There are no laws, no regulations for construction. We go make people them know how for build if they for build up the hill or how not for build. You understand me? Person go just go a block in place. That particular gutter within that how they call it, that Thomas Street area there. Then Thomas Street, Richard Street, all the area then the Usada Samba gutter there. Then gutter the way they so. You get me? If you go up to PWD by Main Street, Sakwari area there, you go find out for say that Samba gutter they don't block long term. And 30 the government not able to they don't block past 10 years. With so dirty inside, they're not ever able to dig them again. All the water will come out of the canyon, and they also when they build by the Samba gutter, then block themselves. There is no law, not the way they make you will get. You got another able pass now other person in yard. If you didn't have some kind of funny position, for let water pass through your yard and go inside, go out. So every water where they come during the season, they be captured inside people the host. When the Samba gutter overflow back, they be captured back inside people the host. There are a lot of things that we need for do towards constructions. President Bio they put tax on people them unnecessarily. But for me, one area where for put tax where me go be very happy. Now tax on people that where they build now up the hills and people that they build now areas them where government's not able to declare as areas open. That is now areas that where government not lay the right infrastructure for them to open the areas then they for community sake. As communities. Let them tax them people, let them pay erosion tax.
You know, I noticed something. This way they talk very important. And some people then just too trangayes. That's the reality I can tell you. For example, you go come at this area, even when a new area, they go tell you say, this side na access road. Now we left say Lemutuka go the car up take this side, but you go see one person come on. No, na me bin buy ya. How me go can cut for me land? He puts fence. They forget say it get for affect and tomorrow. You know, let me look for example. You just to bring reference points then. Let me go to the Regent Road, that Jue, up that hill, that Kawiyard sign, all inside and there. If you go up that side and the right now, Mutuka no the good. We can inside Freetown proper. Blackhall Road, Ashobi Corner, some side and the way Mutuka no the go. And now area the way them plan very, very well. Let me come out there and kind of Mount Toriel, where they inside Freetown. We don't forget about the hillside, the Regent side. Inside Freetown, Mount Toriel, some side and the where you can down na the main road, sometimes Mount Toriel. You do walk like learning 1 hour 30 minutes for go right up. You say something they call it then cold water, this and that. Imagine now for your safety now, something happen with you to man, nothing not come up and you die. So, but this again, the planning ministry, I think they get a very, very big problem. They don't know how to manage that tongue at all. And not to just that tongue.
Ministry of Works.
Works and planning.
And country planning. Ministry of Works. Ministry of Lands and Country Planning. Not also, sir.
Yeah, then.
Good. Okay, so this is the problem. When I'm in at all, they do some investigations around most of them things there. I will tell you this for free. All of them, if you go to the place and they go tell you say they get in departments and they. And if you go to the departments and they go tell you say they don't get government funding for do them work. But make I ask you one question. Do they need, they are being paid salaries? Do they need funding for do their work in Freetown? Were they able to access easily? They don't do and they don't need funding. And again, most of them, they don't need funding. So which means that all the ministries, they are not the work because They not get. They look for ways for be corrupt. They look for ways for eat money. They're not be able to eat money. But then there are no laws. Governments not be able for in a disciplined fashion run in your administrations. The different administrative bodies them like governments, they're not able to run them. They're completely useless
So I think
because they're not even waiting for
this.
each money pan what they call. These are very important things.
If you only need funding for do you work, when means say we funding or they work no day, why you do take salary?
Yeah.
Abdulhassan Faki, this makes sense. You only wait for funding for do you work. But throughout the month where work no day or the year where funding no day, you still take salary. That means say you know the work.
Yeah, well, along the years, what did can happen? The laws and the
laws for Salono to problem.
Yeah, now there they come. The unfortunately would happen. Now people that don't decide for corrupt, for gain wealth, for gain money. Like the ministers and what they call so Minister of Lands, Minister of the Works, Minister of Planning. You know, like the first time you go apply for building permit. Any can build for building, apply for building permit. The officials that they come, then they market there for you, show you eye for bill, who's eye for left passage, who's eye for left gutter, who's eye for toilet, who's eye for bill kitchen. Now people just give them say at the below band. In fact, so they never put this. So the Minister of Lands official they pass see. What are the bill? Panamisa, Palu 500,000 forget. So now what in like out of the say planning not the again for the townsend. Like first they say town planning. You know they get mind for put for dig hole. Inside you compound where you know go explain to the Minister of Lands why they did that whole day, that well day. You know they get that mind in those days. Because even that well where they can't that water well day, you forget permit for them. Permit for the program. Now then now they receive somebody can't tell me when they say I build what I will and compound 9-1 man come and say come on lands and they can't stop me. Now I say now crime you commit so. You know, it's not a crime. They say no. I say because we don't give for go. I say with all due respect, we don't give for go better school. Some of them don't give for go school. They don't give for land from people that will understand small thing. Some man they will understand the law. I say for build water. Sorry, for dig water well like compound. The Ministry of Lands for no. The Ministry of Planning for no. You forget permit for them because now water they can't dig. Now government get the ground, all the ground, and now they protect now all. So that culture don't down there. Now there is no permit. Somebody can build on there, it turn into toilet na your front, or it turn into toilet na your kitchen part. You say come build under, you put your gutter in your remote. So that it don't become very, in fact, it don't become very chaotic. Like we already tell you so, the land plan in this country we go to call the green belt. Me I sabi the green belt in this toya. I don't work a good.
But green belt not again.
Green belt not again. Green belt may say anybody will jump over the
green belt don't done, red belts don't done.
Yeah, 1 inch. You say you don't commit a crime as if you're a combatant, like say you're a fight man. A place like Guinea, we're going to Guinea. You know see person near green belt. In fact, if you go to they say you're a combatant, they say you're a fight man. The water, they get water Guma Valley na Guinea. You know go near the money the guy there. You know get nothing for go today. Now they see money they go build near Guma Valley.
Not even near on top of Guma Valley. Put on so.
Yeah, the catchment areas then. You know, then they go build like they always say me. I can always mention names at the end of the day. I don't do me research. I remember the saga where been there on with this former minister of mines, Alpha Kanu, where some of you been there in that campaign for let remove a host. But you get power, you get money. Then sweep under the carpet. A build inside the catchment area of Guma Valley. And a big minister in the APC. Now you don't get can't take him back as spokesman. That was still the day. Come on, say then they go billionaire. So it's very painful. The man they wait for understand the law, wait for get the power, and then they put it. So what did the other man they do? They want to be in. It's about the one they would be for them put it. Who's the law put the law? So freedom becomes. I mean, the country don't become the building side of bridges or gutters or houses or construction. They don't mix up. And then they say they condemn that building. NDMA, National Disaster Management Agency, they condemn that building. That I am Tech, that college. The building, it don't get past 6 or 7 stories. It bend. Me, I don't get mine go inside.
Ben and not get better.
Why watch that outside? Me, why go out? Why get outside? I go find somebody there. The boss say, "Are they fourth floor?" I say, "Can't meet me." So what happen? I say, "Me mind the mix up. If I go fix something will just happen to me." You know, take 1 month, the NDMA. For the first time, I see them condemn a building. I say, "Oh, they want to begin for work." They say this is a disaster waiting to happen. So they not condemn them. So this you see small, you go see some people then go come, they go begin act. You know, NDMA an agency. But now this country oversees the Ministry of Lands for the do. Ministry of Lands will become a den of corruption. Then they clear. Then they sell land, then they sell land where somebody in land they can't bully you. They plan a hand, they give out a policy because you don't get better money. That they happen every day. You see, they build Boku factories and so they can't sell 10 man the land at this community. They say, but that land, they not never get at this part for invest now. When I hold it 10 million, so it don't become very chaotic. The most chaotic ministry in this country is the Ministry of Lands. Right. Very chaotic. It don't become so chaotic for the past 20, 30 years. The better. So the problem is we'll get.
All right, continue following to inside the program. I'm not some and for part. So let me jump quick one to another issue. This is not the latest one we come up. After we see the tribunal for the Auditor General come to an end, now we see the deputy don't talk, the auditor self don't talk. So suspended Auditor General breaks silence. And then this other side where he actually come out and say they even, deny him, the opportunity for let the Supreme Court go listen to in case where he don't care go na court almost years now. What do you want to make up of this, Arthur?
Well, brother, I'll tell you something. It's a shame that we get blatant disregard for laws, for rule of law, blatant disregard for respect of process. You understand me? And blatant, we also get a series of blatant disregard where the showy road way not to the right road way for waka. The Bible, Papa God and word, it tells me, he said, behold, I made two roads before you. He said, one is good and one is evil. Then he warned we. He said, choose thou good. Choose thou good. The principle of governance for now that governance for able for show the people the right road with them for waka. Then for respect people their rights, people their responsibility. The legal process for be the final arbiter for people then. And if the legal process don't become so flawed, don't become so corrupted that at the end of the day, it go blatantly disregard, disrespect, or turn a blind eye to a situation where then deem for talk about and respect. I'm afraid Sierra Leone don't become, I always say this, Sierra Leone is not a lawful country anymore. Sierra Leone become a chaotic country, a lawless country, a country in which the laws are not protecting anybody anymore. The laws are only there for the rich. Sierra Leone is an oligarchy, and it's nobody right. The laws are there for the rich. You understand? In an oligarchic states, the laws they only for the rich and for the powerful. Full stop. This is very very. No, yes, this is very very powerful. Bro, I'll tell you something.
Go ahead.
If you look at waiting the happen now na that particular country dey. Sincere people them where they na institutions of authority, where people they look up to them as light, you understand me, as guide for them institutions. Then you go find out say then they lose focus, then they lose confidence, then they lose trust, because any corrupt person can come out any side, accuse them for any kind of foolish thing, because the person not want and again. You understand me? And then you will get a system of government where will support that person there and use the very laws where for you to protect you for kick you come out now. Me think to say, if this government be actually one for respect the rules and regulations and laws of Sierra Leone, therefore wait until the Supreme Court interpret waiting the lawyer them of this woman go ask them for interpret. Therefore wait until they interpret. Don't look at, for example, they always Sierra Leone has always stupidly like for compare themselves with places like Europe and America. Then take Donald Trump, then tell Donald Trump go na court now. We know now, not so. Donald Trump did a court, one of the courts in Washington, one of the cases and then courts and they get for deal with the January 6 issues, and the other case get for deal with document issues na Florida. When then take the matter to Supreme Court. Wetin the people then do? Wetin the prosecutors then do? In as much as some of you they say it's a politicized case, but make us show you the respect to the people that get for law. The prosecutors then step down, then wait until they say that they wait until the Supreme Court give an interpretation. You understand me? Of waiting on the issues surrounding the matter. Them. Now, when the Supreme Court this past 2 to 3 weeks give a decision, what not happen? The judge in Florida don't trash the case out. The case concerning Trump in what they call don't trash them out because the Supreme Court don't speak. The courts now Washington because the Supreme Court now give them tell them say they therefore try for determine waiting na official and waiting not official action. Now the case will be suspended because the prosecutor therefore go sit down back and begin for look at whether it even worth it for prosecutor on that matter. Why we na Sierra Leone go follow a good example? Why we don't go follow a good example? Why we don't go sit down? Why make we government only before they get in the way? Why make the courts not they always sit down for ensure say they redeem themselves? The courts in Sierra Leone don't ever understand the level of power we then get. They always they feel to say they're underdog, therefore they're under the executive because they think to say that the executive they sign off on them pay, they sign off on their money, and these are the things we need to change. We need to get a system just like the American system, a system in which when budgets they be made at the end of the day, the executive then at the arm of the presidency no gets no power over the budget where they come out at the court or over the budget where they come out the legislative at the legislation. Parliament were able for discuss all budgets, come to one final thing, and when Parliament pass a law on the budget, that budget the president not get no power for deny them. Because our president get the power for deny certain people in budget, now they make them they suppress certain institutions. You see, with Supreme Court what we get is a packed court. You go see this president go come today, he can pack 5 judges and 15 judges and we not get a proper. Me know if you know most people for the Supreme Court safe. Like what we know say for example in America, the American Supreme Court are 9 people a day or that 13 people and we know say now 15 or we know say now 1. In Sierra Leone they just pack the court anyhow. We don't know that then the Supreme judges, court judges in Sierra Leone. We don't know that they get long term or short term what they call. So me think to say this Lara in case now a sign of no confidence in the judiciary and a sign of no confidence upon the Julius Malapio government. That is just my take on this because the entire process is flawed. The entire process is corrupt as far as me concerned.
Okay, I will ask Faki, what do you say make up of this?
Yeah, honestly, me, I believe in justice. I believe in the rule of law. And like, what in would it cause? Like, we have to tell you, we need for this report for the interpret some aspects of law before the High Court was done for case and day. Like this man we talk about so as this we don't apply for the Momo for the Supreme Court. To me, I not feel very good that they not get a chance for that they in matter or what you go get interpretation. To me, that is very, 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 very wrong from the side of the court. Therefore, don't get that chance. They go listen up, interpret the law for them, and let it get satisfaction. Say they don't interpret. Whether the interpretation now, how they go interpret it now, then they go left with their own conscience and with the law. But for let they not give the man chance and the woman not get a chance. To me, correct and not tell well. It will send some amount of bad signals for say justice system. It look at different cases because of different people that are involved with them. Although I not go agree with them completely for say the system, the court day for the rich. When they see people that were poor, now they get justice. But they say what they see is that some cases they way sometimes.
So let's focus on this case of the Auditor General. Let's ask you specific questions. Let's focus on this case of the Auditor General. Yeah. Inside the entire process, number one, first of all, say the law not give anybody right for direct or for control the work of the Auditor General, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody not get right for team up in front of the auditor anytime of for example suppress information, for give fake information. Say none in a crime, eh?
Yes.
Okay. So now inside this whole thing, The thing we make them call the Auditor General and can go na court. When in the only case where they make na the tribunal, na say, go and check with the third party, yeah, and ask question concerning a receipt where come out from the office of the president. Because of that, they say the woman not professional. So the president in office not get the right for tell the woman say a professional and not professional according to law, right or wrong, Faki?
That is 100% correct.
Faki, what do you take?
Well, the this is a matter of law.
Now law, the layman law, no read the law intellect. Nobody no get right for if you don't get right for control. So for let you first of all begin tell the woman about how a professional means you don't begin to interfere by work.
From a layman's view, I don't know what is the provision if an auditor with the audit government institutions you get right for go to a third party. I know me know for reader side.
Okay.
So I gotta be very careful, make a no slant time.
Okay.
From a layman's view.
So
I don't know
anytime let's tell you something, let's tell you the law.
When the guide that particular caveat there for say you can go talk to the third party on a document more than the present before you now for rely on. I don't know that side. Even though to me I believe say they for get in for let them interpret the law.
Okay.
It's looking for interpret the law sister on down there.
Okay.
That's very firm. Okay. But that area of whether I go to third party, whether I get right or I get wrong, that I cannot say.
Okay, let me ask you.
Because
ask you question. You know, because working as auditor, Salon no get law on that day, then gets the international audit standard, and it just natural for say, but Faki, if me can give you receipt, and then you're not sure of that receipt, say, you not go all the receipt, you go to the shop for ask if this receipt na the shop give you. No, be honest first, ba.
Yeah, I go do them, of course.
So now the same thing.
If I give money for go buy.
Office of the president count receipt.
Yeah, no, if I give money for go buy something, I'm not sure.
Now the same thing. Office of the president count receipt, and then this woman go check the receipt. You know why the woman go check? Let's tell you this, Faki. You know why they check for the receipt? Because the receipt gets 2 currency. 1 green receipt, 2 currency. Now, then charge for the room in dollars. When then they calculate the total in pounds, who side then they do that at the wall? Faki?
No, not correct.
So if you see that kind of thing, that's not a red flag for sure you say something wrong in this receipt. At all. So the crime
correct.
now, na the third party verification na the crime where the woman commit. So this will go against the law again.
Now I make the woman and the deputy Momo don't tell them say let them produce the evidence and send the evidence to the institutions them where then a member of. You understand me? We system na Sierra Leone with all due respect Mr. Faki, the system na Sierra Leone are the fact that we system no they abide by EU rules and regulations. We system no they abide by EU process, and the system no fear. If you look at all of this thing will happen with Lara, all of this thing will happen with Lara and Mr. Momo. The thing that una target them 2 people there, so una target them because una notice say these people they're professional and then the level of professionalism na a level that cannot be tinted. They have refused you guys to tint them. They have refused you guys these guys to pollute them. You understand me? And therefore, they now go in and use the very guide where the people that they use and turn them upside down and say that is illegal. First of all, they get rights for audit the office of the president, and if auditing any side the audit, not only for states auditors, any auditor then gets rules and regulations where guide auditing at the one world. And one of the rules and regulations are that if you're not sure of anything, you get for cross check. No, every auditor get for cross check. Now make when you look audit report, things they when they not cross check, then get the young kind language and they put and when they say they're not too sure of this, but some put and they because that's so they say them. You don't get me? They get the language when they use. So when you read the audit report, you don't understand. Say, okay, well, this has been confirmed. Well, this thing is not confirmed. This thing is not confirmed, and then they will get time for confirm and for complete their auditing. You see, but for me, now come just because this woman and the deputy, just because this institution decide for they do the work, they audit the office of the president, where get discrepancies. This is the problem with Sierra Leone. We think to say the presidential office now a perfect office. The president not they do wrong. Nobody know for pulling the waste, nobody know for do this, nobody know for do that. We for do them. These are discrepancies. And let me tell you, the discrepancy is not pointed at the president. It is pointed at the office of the president. There's a difference between the office of the president and the president. Because also the president go pay the money when the president reach. Also they go pay for the hotel. The thing now, who that pay for the hotel? But this is my problem. This is my problem with Madabio. Let me talk to Madabio, you know the sense. The problem with Madabio is that you for not use this thing for make yourself be outstanding. So who that mean to sack the person commodity?
Okay, wait. Wait. You go only do that there if you outstanding. Let's take for example, you get your company where you work with, and then you get your accountant. Yes. If now you don't give instruction to your accountant, then problem go commodity. If you get the power for protect your accountant, because the reason why you protect your accountant, because if you not protect your accountant, the possibility for your accountant expose you. What about that?
Okay, make I show you something. Look at the West. I don't always mean the West canal because now that's what I don't know they use for me. Let's tell you something. Every now and then, the leadership of the West they go into scandals. But at the end of the day, you go find out for say, don't one country they go see the head resign. But most countries they not resign. No waiting they do anything that happen. Somebody else within the cycle, when are they responsible for that thing, they resign. On any the sack. Then they do that always for protect the leadership and for make sure say the person will do the investigation and not the tamper with them because if they do waiting right, 100%.
Okay.
Not to say this, not to say that when they caught him. Okay. There was no reason for make Madabio in government grab for wage war against Lara, which means at the end of the day now the one system they don't destroy.
Okay.
Madabio for don't look within the cycle. And discipline is cycle. So, when you discipline is cycle, you don't limit him to himself.
Again. Let me look at the Audit Service Act of 2024. When are the power of the audit service? And at the tekuna to 12, 12 D. Sorry, B. This now waiting is say. First of all, I say in the performance of its functions under this act, the audit service shall have the power to, at the take B, disallow any item of expenditure which is contrary to law and surcharge the amount of any expenditure disallowed upon any person responsible for incurring or authorizing the expenditure or any sum which has not been duly brought into account upon the person by whom the sum ought to have been brought into account, or the amount of any loss or deficiency upon any person by whose negligence or misconduct the loss or deficiency has been incurred. So this now the power. So if the woman you notice say this particular thing, this amount where they go spend, it's not correct. It get right for ask for question. It get right for ask question. Fakir this now for you. We say if they for check for third party.
Yeah. Well,
this one basically they tell you say they even disallow certain things and certain expenditure, and they even get the power for tell you say no, return this money back.
Yes, that is very correct.
So in the process of that, before they disallow any money, not to find out and they find out if the money is correct.
Now, make a say they will not allow the Supreme Court for interpret this law. And like we actually say, you know, you
will pay a separate for that. Because I'm not for that, you should not left. Now,
just like any other ministry or any other organization or community or family except in the world. So not to angels there or saints or angels and they're not amended, you know. So if they say some mistake will take place in the expenditure, they're talking about some officials that don't cause problem in some areas. We don't deny way most times, you know, some people that work in the office of the president, then they get problems. But like a Pakaba in time, where they go meeting. Hello?
Yeah, will they get you? Go ahead.
Where they go meeting. At one time, you come overseas, then come with some money in office. So now I ask the person where a control people them. He say, what happened? No, but he say, okay, go pan trip. He say, okay, come. He say, change can left. So what okay normally? He say, okay, get a pa in you, then the balance. He say, but how I can put them? He say, well, we'll get where we put on the accounts them. It reflects we don't spend that. And I say, it's okay. So okay, now I call Kata. I can general now AXA. Now I say, Pamela nobody's. And I say, okay. So from that, what did I do now from that day? But Kaba we go now program there. It asks how much would they go with? They say, Pamela go $200,000. Wait, then they come back and say, how much will come with? They say, Pamela count $50,000. I say, when I record them, when I give receipt to Kata. Kata, this money now will go with. Now this come back. So now the man say, I not go sack you. He say, I will forgive you this once. He say, I don't know why salon money they come out. So behold, when I get we can make documents them. He said, me no be ever know. So when I can make documents the way appear as if we don't spend them. Like you can't tell me, when I can't tell me. So they pay again you own. He said, me I know want me own. You know, Pakaba was a very wise man. He was a very wise man. We left Naba to see where the accused Dr. Yakonte for say he forged the signature of former president Anis Bakoma or give concessions to timber logging. Well, they go to jail, they fed him. Okay, they can't acquit him. But President Nkrumah left him for let the court deal with him. To me, that was very good. So President Bill, maybe they express it well. Okay, if we say we don't discover this one, who is the official or who were the officials that paid these bills or that paid this hotel bills in Lebanon, in Beirut? Una come forward. The name that they did. Okay, una investigate them. Madam, why should they go on auditing? CID, una can't take care of them people. Una investigate them, una communicate with the Interpol over there and get to the fact of this bottom so that we will get a clean slate. And to me, that I may expect. When I say the office of the president, not to the president and me, or not to all man at the office of now people where they in care.
An interesting thing to what you talk so, Abdullah. This way you talk so, the anti-corruption pick them up and say, yes, not to the president directly involved, but people and then at the office of the president, where the NCC commissioner make it very clear to the public, when I then go investigate. But guess what? 4 years don't go, they don't investigate nobody. Also, you listen to waiting Fakibi the sages now?
And the listeners, at least I'm just turn off the camera. I listen very, very well.
So it is the point very important.
Yes. So he talked about this issue with I think Kalfala and former President Kuruma.
Yes, and Richard Conte. He first of all began with Tijan Kaba, where he say,
yes, Tijan Kaba. And Richard. Now make I tell you something. That story we talk concerning Tijan Kaba now is true story because Mr. Seth know about that story. You understand me? Our President Kaba come and then we don't go cut to them and Brian can show him. You understand me? And he use wisdom. You know what he do? Because President Kaba get character. President Kaba, the late President Kaba get character. I get issues with him. Of course, we get issues with everybody. But when it comes to character, when it comes to fighting somebody who actually try for fight corruption in Sierra Leone, that President Kaba. Because he ain't not be open pandemonium. So we are talking about two different people now. Now we get somebody who will be poor man. This kind of poor man, you don't get pump, you don't get fat. Only money, they don't rip him off like Ghana. He can't see America gets issues now, he go sit down in England. You understand me? We see him, we know say that bossing we take in England, you don't get nothing. So this is a big guy person. Then when you can now, you can deal in power now, you can see say, okay, pan traveling, we're not able for thief money. You know the everyday issues then for the common ado. You're not able for take disciplinary action because instead wants the money. So you're not able for take disciplinary action. But I've been able to take the actions that we pack about in the face. They not die and wake you to talk, so we're not going to compare the all two. You understand me? You come back to the issue of Anis Bakoma. We all know the truth about that issue with Richard Conte. We all know the truth about that issue. We know that Richard was not guilty. We know what happened. We know what impact. When I Richard the nail, you know why they nail Richard Conte? If you talk to Richard Conte today, he tell you truth from his heart. He will tell you say he take the blow for him boss. He take the slap for him boss because he no go sit down, him boss take his slap. He has to take the slap. Somebody has to take the slap. Anybody who know Richard Conte, know in integrity. I'm not that close to Richard Conte. I'm not close to Richard Conte, but make I tell you something. I have spoken to people who are very close to Richard Conte. I have spoken to people who have the status at the time We know exactly what happened because I was going to State House. I have people within the communication guys and all of them. We know everything what happened. So instead of the government do things which will affect the smooth running of the system, they will do things where will ensure say in their cycle. You get what I say, then take the punch, but they not go spoil the system. Now the wrong thing this way Julius Matter will do. In the system they attack. Then the very, very difficult thing, the very wrong things, you don't attack the system. And you know why they attack the system? Because like what you rightly say, the afraid say people will pull the whistle now. But make I tell you something. If you sack man for corruption, like what you go talk on that it's nobody listening. Nobody listening. So there was no reason enough for sacking that man, but because when you look at these SLP people of our government, they're loyal to their own purpose, to their political party, and their own purpose and their mission, rather than they're loyal to the states, rather than they're loyal to ensuring that we get a powerful and good systems going. And not correct. So what would they compare? I glad the comparison that we come up with. And for me, I just think to say this government for land from their comparison then there is no reason why make them for come up with this thing between for remove them people there. There is no reason. And it's a shame. Make I tell you something. You can see something. After this government, they don't appeal. The appeal courts will never answer the appeal right now. But after this government comes now power, you will get a true justice. Where the appeal courts will overturn the process. Because the thing that can go to the appeal courts first of all, whether the committee or the tribunal where they set up, whether it's legal or not.
Yes.
You understand me? Any question we hang upon the legality of a system. You understand me? Una therefore first of all establish the legality of that system before una do that thing. But because we not work on that, a new court will come. We will can tell you that thing was not legal.
So they know
and then
all of these years,
they for this thing.
Read this thing for you quick. They know all of them things there. That's why you write for say they're not going to call up some of them things there. Read this thing. They say part 5 under miscellaneous, part and 7 under miscellaneous. Same inside this audit service Sierra Leone Act of 2014. If you go down to 35, and they take 1 and 2, yeah, where they talk about the protection from court prosecution proceedings and prosecution and immunity as witness. It said, no criminal or civil proceedings shall lie against the Auditor General. For anything done in good faith in the cause of the performance of its functions under this act. The other one, when I to say the Auditor General or any person acting for and on behalf of or under the direction of the Auditor General shall not in the exercise of its functions under this act be a competent or compellable witness in respect of any proceedings other than the prosecution of any offense of perjury. So this is not the protection where it gets. The government know about this, say they don't get any rights for first of all make any criminal procedure against them. That's why they bypass and select the whole tribunal, but not the same thing.
Yes, so you find out say first of all, let me ask you, when I get to the tribunal and find this, because we not see the final findings.
Even lawyer, I listen to Tuma Gento, but they attempt for talk about her, but unfortunately, he just come out and tell you, say, he's not able for see nothing. So it be just a round and round and round and round. Nobody know able for see and pass the president and in team. Even the public prosecutor, the DPP, Director of Public Prosecutor, not even talk about this thing because the shortcut we give in at that, okay, let we give Parliament respect, Parliament get for look at this. But una all press.
No. That's a very wrong approach. That's a very wrong issue. Make I tell you, all of these things they make we think to say we institutions then are God. They make we think to say we presidency then are God, Parliament are God. What do you mean by give Parliament respect? That should be a public document.
You know, the reason why make them say so, not only for say he really want for mean that, but for let them not further ask a question.
Well, that's the thing. That is what I'm saying. Why would you for forgive Parliament respect? Did we disrespect Parliament by having the document or by going through the document? At the same time, Parliament is going through the document.
The question now, if una be one respect Parliament, why una hold a press conference on that?
Well, the council so. We don't disrespect parliament if we get the people they call. And make I tell you, this is not the problem. Parliament is not supreme to the people. Parliament not supreme to the people where past parliament a group of a small number will not even reach 1% of the population of Sierra Leone. When at 0.000000000, you know, concentrate 30 before you get to 1. Now they first foresee a public document, we not to a secret document. It's very, very long. Now we get elect parliamentarians and we get right for be part of any discussion when they go on a parliament. We get right for do with analysis, we get right for do with points. But this is the thing, yeah. It's just like this new criminal act they do, where they want to pull the jury system. Mm-hmm. You understand me? Then just go to parliament and a finger and be. Important thing like that way for come to the people then. Where for me, things like that for go through a referendum. Just like everything is very government to go and remove the death penalty without a referendum. Things like that ready for go through a referendum. At the same way that they use now for suppress people the rights, mm-hmm. for suppress people they tell you say, oh, you get for respect parliament. When una don't hold like you rightly say, una don't hold press conference, una don't discuss them, una don't see them. What do you mean by respecting parliament? The people that way go through the system, they don't receive her.
They're not ever.
The lawyer don't receive her.
So Faki, Abdullah San, what do you think? Lastly, on this issue, what do you think about that? The one the way now then they accuse people and they not see them. When are the defendants they not see them, and the one them as well when are the public not able to get idea of waiting they inside this particular document. Instead, the president just come and say that they sack the Auditor General and then for sack the deputy. What do you take on that?
No, they for show the document. The document for be a public document. I mean, a public document now and like the way they talk about respect in parliament. I don't know what they mean by respect in parliament. For say parliament for share and force. For ratify, not a law. Parliament they only ratify agreements and laws. So for sack Auditor General or for sack Deputy Auditor General because of a report we nobody not see, not to general they will get anything for do with Parliament. So to me, if I don't produce that document, people will look at and scrutinize them. I mean, then and see the way forward. That they bring me to this area where out of the talk about. I mean, with my country, you know, the transparency where they can get for the things and how they protect the system. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I always look at nothing wrong for say mistake take place like but somebody must be caught up. Like if we not get that kind, I mean, we will begin to do internal investigation. This document they will out so when they say the Auditor General don't get problem with. How would I be responsible for that 10 day? For we do then care, we take dollar, we pay in pound and so forth. So responsible. The president walk down. Not to inside. The president forgot to sleep and come. When they say go travel, sleep. Not only take care of finances. So in fact, to me, if you ask me, they be blow out of proportion from the beginning. To me, even actually maybe the beginning, I be condemn and say they don't need this thing here. They don't blow out of proportion. They don't do internal investigation and answer the woman queries. Then they go to all this length. You know? I don't know. As I said, I'll go for take time for law go look into the tenure of security of. I mean, the security of tenure of the office of Auditor General. For like you say, oh, they can't sack up. What is like the process for go through first? What is the process for go through for like Auditor General retire? I'm sorry, Auditor General for retire or be sacked?
Now the same as a Supreme Court judge. Now the same as a Supreme Court judge.
So we can go do small research and get audited.
So now they so now the same tenure as the Supreme Court judge. So whatever precedent and the set now, it gets to affect the Supreme Court judge. Well, we don't come to the end of the program. As a way for wrap up, waiting will be on a final submission into all of the issues that we don't talk about. Faki?
Well, I want to look at things. I mean, not from political lenses.
Yeah.
Let they look at things from national lenses. If somebody they do a job, let us not put her into a political cage. Honestly, like a deputy president, I don't know. Say, what do you want for those? Saloma, we can discuss. Opinion can be diverse or we can diverge, but we can talk. So I know say as I look at someone say, hey, this way talk to me, so this APC. I know this way talk to me, that's APC. And this don't kind of this country. Everybody is now labeled somewhere. As you talk to there's an idea. And we get 16, 17 registered political parties. Why you not go look at me and say, well, this is PMDC, this is NGC, this is C4C, this is CDP. Now these two major parties that we don't cause trouble in this country. They don't do good, they don't do bad. I don't say one every day. Now they don't cause all we owe them from 1961 with SPP and APC in the beginning for FET. Now the party today. If we don't grow out of this now, if we don't grow out of this, let we get the outlook of nationalism, let it overshadow partisan politics. Then at the sideway I mean for end up with and for talk to government. And from today's at the beginning of the campaign, let government reclaim the green belt. Let government reclaim the green belt. They don't put up a politics. People can say, well, SAP the power, they say, we not put in a bacha, then we go for vote for we. APC back when they say, we not put in a bacha, we go vote for we, no put in the mountains, they go vote for we. How many people in the mountains them? How many people in now just send a bacha street? And they would want to they control with destiny in this country. Few, 2, 3 ladies are going to go sell, make rest for the whole day. 2, 3 people they will up that place, they cost for we need to make noise, they put all kinds of things for we don't this place as well. A government for really stand and put food down, say, now I don't go 1 year, they green belt, I want for share back, I want for see the green scenery of the mountain. We go through a lot of health hazards in this place here. So if you can't look at Africa right now, it will be here. So now they pass with so got a flop, but then the cow doctor they put the sobbing pipe, the rubber they all same mix up. Got another day. So then the person you know see got a self again. Put in the for you go for us you die there or you won't self. Let government stand. Let government the institution stand. Let people be held responsible for the office they hold.
Thank you very much. Arthur?
Well, Mr. Faki don't say much of it. Abdul Faki, he don't say much of it. Today, I think to say we for just the focus is making sure that we government, respect systems, respect institutions, respect the laws. Therefore, be an example where people in the follow, not an example where they destroy the country. Because most of the examples them way this BO, SLPP, BO power government don't show in examples that people just destroy the country. And any government will come after them and work inside the examples there, don't destroy the country. Now we know, say, even the new constitution when it's guy for come with, people are not going for respect her. Because we are not respect the 1991 constitution. Me, I can always say we don't need for change the 1991 constitution. We need for amend them for factor in all the things that were necessary for factor. But this new constitution, let me ask you, does this new constitution protect us and answer we? Especially when it comes to issues that like will be facing. So tenure of office. Look at the outgoing Chief Justice, former Chief Justice Babatunde. Look at his age. You get what I say? Look at his age. He don't get security. Because it's a political appointment, they had to boot him out whenever they feel like, wait, very wrong. Even this one with this now been suspended, judge. They just go put out a suspension and bring a can. No process, no. They will not even know why he was suspended. There was not even a proper hearing for make people they understand. Say this suspension means to say we'll not get trust in you, we'll get trust in you. But then kind of just wear inside it. What's not the process for appointing judges? Is there a parliamentary process? Is there a process to which people have to go through? You don't understand. You get what I say? Making sure that we judicially be protected. And I want to use this opportunity for talk to Ben Kelfala and Gentle in West, Mrs. Gentle. I want to use this opportunity for talk to them because the president who said they said the bar association now the last of the politicized organs in this country. And now it don't become very, very politicized. Una maintain una respect by stepping down. And he asked this woman, make it step down. Let the bar association get in strength. The reason make I connect the bar association with all of these people will say,
but how goes step down when the president don't recognize and the chief justice, the attorney general, they always
she can for her name's sake. That lady too decent. For her name's sake, for the sake of her future. For the sake of her future. She can, she must. And that's for Anna more respect. Today, the bar association don't get power for raise voice in issues like this. where they for raise voice on. You know why? Because it has been politicized. Today, the bar association cannot speak. Just imagine the lock bar association people them not for go panel program the AGM. Take today, lawyers that they go court, judges and magistrates and they work. They're not even glad for say together because you do this thing against the bar association. We will strike. We will not go to court. The court will be shut down. For make government take right actions, they do not do it. You know why? Because they're all done politicized. They're all done politicized. They not get respect for systems. They not get respect for laws and rules and regulations. Now that make Lara Telopias and Momo, Mr. Momo, they face this situation where they face today. Now that make me and you, they face the problem where they facing today in Sierra Leone. When they make, we're not able to do anything for get this country going right. So let me begin for speak power, truth to power, and let me begin for call names and ask people for resign. People for be ashamed and resign and step down for their integrity. People are waiting to say, tomorrow, Baba, we might want to look at them and we might want to consider them as leaders. They should just step out.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Arthur Pratt, and thank you very much, Abdul Hassan Faki, for not taking nothing for January this morning. I appreciate tonight. I look forward for another conversation tonight. Thank you very much, and I got to say for a good day. You either watch, you either like, you either subscribe, and you either share. Thank you very much. Thanks to the producer for this program. We put them together for we. Me and Sembepe, the freedom fighter. Until we meet again, and it's by God in power. For say thank you. God bless. We continue to we call we had. We love you all so much. Bye.
Another morning again inside we had. Plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the Wahala we had, let's just go to the kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them